So can you tell us how old you are and what your name is?
Me, I'm 46 years old, and 29th of August, I'll be 46 actually. My name is Wongama Mbanti.
Okay, and you said you're originally from
Gugulethu.
Gugulethu.
Yeah,
And
Gugulethu, Cape Town, yeah.
tell us about your upbringing there. You say you grew up there, right?
Yes, I had a fair upbringing because I was the only child
Okay.
from my mother and my father's marriage. But my father and my mother had other children outside of this marriage. But I received all the attention, and when it came to education, I had enough education. I was actually I'm privileged to get a multiracial school. What do you call it? Education, because I used to be at that time it was apartheid, but I used to be in a multiracial school like in Elsies River, whereby I was introduced into Afrikaans as second language, and first language was English, and then third language was my mother tongue, which is I only spoke it like when I was
So
at
you
home
praat
and all this
Afrikaans?
stuff. Ja, ek kan Afrikaans praat
Lekker.
omdat dit was my tweede taal toe ek by die
Ja.
skool gewees.
So you praat
Ja.
lekker 3 tale, né? Amazing.
Ek
Okay,
was-
so and what was your education like? What was your school like?
Yeah, it was very exciting. It was very exciting at those times, although it was disturbed by the strikes of because that was before 1990 when Mandela was released. So there were strikes and all this stuff. So we had to. Well, sometimes we were stopped going to school and we had to come back or whatsoever. But it wasn't like long enough whereby we would be like had to repeat the same standard. It was like one day a week or whatsoever. Then by 1990 it all ended. But yeah, it was quite cool.
Okay.
Quite cool.
And then how did you end up living on the street? Are you living on the street now?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Since I was so privileged in growing up and all this stuff and being Catholic, I started playing music and sport and soccer. I loved being like in very. I was very active as a child, so I was always like in groups and whatsoever. So now, as an adult, I began to do the same thing, to always be there when something is happening, so that I keep myself active and all this stuff, not knowing that I am expanding my knowledge by doing that. Because after I finished school, I went to study computer for like
Okay.
6 months, and with that computer, and then I started to do marimba again. But now I took it as a living, you understand, whereby we are basking and saving money so that we can survive on it and all this stuff. But some of us were irresponsible, so the group broke up, and I had to start looking for a job. I started as a bartender in what do you call it? In a bartender as a what do you call it? A casual. And I trained since I had this inquisitive mind to want to know, and I started to expand my knowledge by being a waiter, barista. I became an all-rounder, so that was very effective, and that's what most entrepreneurs would want to have in their team when it comes to being a utility into the company. So I was very active, and I've worked like for like big companies and all this stuff, and then
Where were you living at that stage?
I was still living in Gugulethu.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your
then,
parents or with
actually, my parents passed away while I was still young, and
Okay.
but since they left me very responsible, I was already like working at that time. So
Yeah.
and I got hitched and got divorced after 3 years and all this stuff with two
Oh, you
kids.
got married.
I got married.
And you have
so,
children.
yeah.
How old
I
were you
think-
when that happened?
My wife was 24. I was 28, and it was 31. Got divorced because of not letting go of the old habits
What old
of
habits?
my like going out with friends and women and temptations and all this stuff, So yeah,
Didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, so yeah, and after a while I was divorced. I also had another child, so I got like 4 kids within the marriage. Then I took it easy, like I don't want to get married again, and I want to support my kids, but it wasn't easy as I thought because I had some household to take care of and the kids and all this stuff. So everything came to me, and I couldn't like take care of it alone, and I tried to have shortcuts and all this stuff, and it wasn't easy. So pressure. I tried to hide behind substance and
What kind of
when
substances?
I started drinking more,
Mm.
and after that, some guys told me that tick will be much more better to sober yourself. Then I started using tick. When I had a lot of money, I used to use rocks.
What is rocks?
Rocks, it's cocaine mixed with bicarbonate soda.
And then you
Yeah,
smoke it,
it's
or how
called.
does that work?
Yes, it's cooked into a rock form,
Yeah.
whereby you burn it into a glass pipe, and then it gives you that relief. But it's such a kind of a very clever drug, because you only crave when you got money in your pocket.
Okay.
I don't know how that happens.
And if you don't have money, you don't crave it.
No, you don't crave at all.
Yeah.
Because it only I used to crave when I get paid end of the month only. You understand? So, and starting to blow up my money, and it stressed me a lot. And I started to quit, and then I started shoplifting, and then went in and out of jail. Went in and out of jail. By the time Corona came by, I already lost my job, and I couldn't like take care of my responsibility. Then I ended up on the streets, and then this was the only way back into survival, because now if I would have stolen more, then I would have maybe been doing years in prison. You understand?
Oh, so you're lucky you didn't go too far.
Yeah, too far.
Otherwise, you would have
stealing.
maybe still
Yeah.
been in prison.
Yeah.
And you're saying the stickers are helping you quite a lot too.
Yes, they are. But now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to save money and send money at home by not paying any rent like outside. Yeah.
Okay.
So now living in a tent or whatsoever in these like shelters that you see outside, it's not even like very wise thing, because there are those who are lazy. So they see a benefit from you. They are scared to go to those people that have and talk to them, because there's more people living in these big houses. They're willing to help. You understand? Only thing you need to talk to them. But those people that we are staying with, we are the, how can I say, we are the prey to them. You understand? We bring our things, trying to pack it up, whereby we try to store them. They steal from us. You understand? As at the moment, a whole lot of my clothes have been stolen. I've been stressed out, and
What was stolen?
most of my clothes that
okay.
I had received here
Okay.
from my people around here, and my bag with my toiletries, and it's very frustrating.
God, yeah.
And I had flu, and at the same time I had diarrhea, and at the same time I had to take care of myself. It wasn't easy.
Yeah. What did you
It
do?
wasn't
Could you go
easy.
to the clinic or something? What can you do to help yourself?
You know what? Since I'm living mostly with Tanzanians, they told me that I must take what do you call it? This plant called it's a green plant. It's is it Olivia or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a green plant whereby I boil it, and then it's a little bit bitter. So it's a it's a it's an antioxidant or something like that, but it's it's something that's it's good for the skin, you know.
Okay.
That yeah, it's good for the
Did
skin.
that help
and
you
it's
with the
good.
diarrhea
Yeah,
and stuff?
it helped
It
me.
did?
Yeah,
Okay.
it helped to stop the diarrhea and all the stuff,
Yeah.
because sometimes you cannot afford the food that you need to eat when you are sick, because you need to eat brown bread, you have coffee or whatsoever.
Yeah.
You understand? But
what-
I had to stand up today.
What have you learned from being on the streets? Like,
Yes, on a positive note, you get to learn a lot of people, different backgrounds and all this stuff. And one thing I've learned, the only answer to each and every problem on the street, just because of lack of knowledge from people, is violence. You understand? If we don't come to a mutual agreement, or if you don't give me what I want now,
yeah.
I will use jail terms that you don't know, so that you become scared of me or whatsoever, or I would use violence against
like
you. You
force or
understand?
power,
Yes.
yeah, to get what you want.
You
Because I
understand?
suppose people are in survival
Yes.
mode, right? They're
You
like
understand?
desperate, so then
Yes.
they're gonna do anything.
You understand?
Yeah.
And for my thing, if you see that I'm surviving out of this, why don't you say, listen, brother, hook me up with this connection of yours, so that I can do it by myself. It's rather giving a fishing rod to the person than giving him a plate of food each and every day, because that can help him help himself and his family by fishing for himself, rather than feeding him all the time. But these people don't understand. And once you give in, you'll be getting into trouble, because once I had that, I was giving to someone, so he had the conception that I was scared of him. But I was helping him out, you understand?
He
So
saw that as a weakness.
he saw me, yes.
Saw it as a weakness that you were
You
helping.
understand? Yeah. And then he took advantage of me. Then I ended up stabbing him. Then I went to prison. The one who was protecting himself was the one who went to prison. You understand?
Okay.
So some people are so I would say stupid, because now being like soft-hearted, being nice to people, it's like, okay, no, he's scared of me and all that. But that's how we are brought up. We don't come and how can I say, I don't bring my problems to you, get my anger on you for where I am. Yeah, well, so some people get how I grew up, I don't take it out on you. Why should I? It's not your fault. So some of them, how they grew up, they take it out on everyone. Anger. This is how. No, you don't have to be that way.
And how can people help you if they wanted to? Like, what can they do to help you?
To help me,
like, could they offer you a job, or could they,
yes,
support you with the stickers, or what
yes,
do you think? What's the best way to help you?
A job would be nice.
What
a
kind
job
of job do you think?
I would really love to go back to hospitality.
Okay.
I love working with people and being around people all the time.
Like a barista or something like that.
Barista.
And do you still have any dependencies or anything?
Like
drugs and stuff? Are you still on drugs?
Sometimes, not all the time, because now it's affecting my body, also my activeness and all this stuff. So no.
Okay.
As I'm getting older, and the stress level, because now, as it is, when you start using substance, you get to what do you call it? Hallucinate. So now all the stress becomes so real, and it's very scary. You understand? So that's why I let go of all these other things, trying to face reality myself. You understand? Because now even my family, they come around and come and like, when I'm coming back home to face reality, the biggest fear that I have is to face reality, to start back again with my life. You understand? So.
And what is it like living in the streets?
For me, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a journey that I'm willing to take, and I think I've learned enough. Have you
learned your lesson now?
Yes, I've learned my lesson, and it's not for everyone.
I can imagine.
It's not for everyone, and the only look, the streets are for those who are illiterate. Most of them, they are illiterate. You understand?
No education, really.
Education. No.
But it seems like the previous gent we were talking to, he had quite a good education.
Not all. So you can hear from the communication. As for me and this gentleman, we only started now being friends because he was even scared of me.
He was even scared of everyone.
Because you don't know what you expect. But since we saw each other, okay, we wake up at the same time, come to work, we make the same ways of living and all this stuff. We depend on this, and we don't have any other friends. So we come from the same pair of feathers or whatsoever. You understand? So and this is what also keeps us as a team. And talk about love and spreading love. You have to humble yourself. You understand? When you start to be passionate about something, you have to be patient, because love is patient. And you know what? Some people don't understand that you don't keep records of the wrongs when you got love in whatever you're doing. You understand? You need to rejoice on the positive things. You understand? And to be able to show that you are a better person you're a better person than your opposition, you just need to be positive on the greet them. Don't bear bumpers. Don't have grudges, because that grudge is almost like a virus onto your heart and to your mind. All the time when you see that person, you got that, So make them very weak by greeting them, starting a new conversation, forget about what had happened. You understand? Show them you got a better understanding of all the things that are happening. And I try to to mix myself with people that at least get the same IQ level as mine, because for me, each and every look, the world is changing so fast. You understand? So we all need that flexibility. So now, since I don't have access to computer or whatsoever, so I try to also exercise my mind by learning new stuff each and every day, so that if I go back into the world, at least I'm not that much left behind.
How are you learning to exercise your mind on the street?
Look, information. Getting information there and there, picking up newspaper that I haven't bought, reading that small piece of information so that I can have conversation and all the stuff. Current affairs are also important, and you understand each and
What
every.
interests do you have? What is like your, in school, like which subjects did you like, or right now which subjects do you like?
I've loved history,
Okay.
science.
Yeah.
I was never good, but the concept of science, being inquisitive and
Yeah.
always asking why.
Yeah.
You have to have a reason for each and every actions that you do in life.
Yeah.
As an adult, there should be a reason for whatever I'm doing. You understand? I can't say I was just bored. No. There has to be a reason that you're gonna tell. No, this is the reason why I'm doing this and that and that.
Okay.
You understand? And yeah. So now the concept that I've learned in science is to ask why. Some things can end, but some things you can make it last forever.
And what
It's up to you.
what would you like people to know about homeless people in Cape Town?
Look, not all homeless people are bad. You
Yeah.
understand? But there are those homeless that have you know what? I've seen one thing. Some guys were born by parents who never went to school.
Yeah.
So now they also have the same trail to follow. School is not important. Kids are being grown up to hustle.
Yeah.
You understand? Not by surviving, by being informed or sitting at the desk or being a difference, because someone has to make a difference in whatever or in whatever chain that the family has begun. You understand? You don't have to walk that way. If your parents never went to school, you can go to school to make a difference.
So you think that's the answer to not end up on the street, is to go to school and to finish your studies and to get a job and to stay on the straight and narrow?
Being informed.
You think that's is that how a person does not end up on the street?
Yes, and look, there are people who are willing to help. You understand? And
So
for people on the street, they see the world like it's easy for us to do crime and all this stuff. They're not educated.
Yeah.
To be a criminal, you have to be educated, because each and everything that's going around is being computerized.
You gotta be clever, yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
you understand? So you have to keep up with times and everything. You understand? That's one thing they don't understand. You understand?
Yeah.
So being even a criminal nowadays, you have to be informed.
Yeah.
You have to learn certain things that are written there whatsoever. You understand? So
And are you mostly in front of the garden center here, right? Where can
Yes.
people find you if they want to help you?
I'm here at this
Engine.
this road engine or at the garden center.
Okay, in front of it. So if they
Yeah,
wanted to
sure.
help you, they could find you over here, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
most
fabulous.
definitely.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us. All of the best to you.
Alright, thank you very much.